Well, what is going on, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It is very nice to have you here. Women Carry Knives and I were up in Carmel the other day visiting the folks at MBK. And they happen to have this in their shop up there. It is Carmel Cutlery, if you're going to go up and visit. This is the mini, or the small Old Guard, the mini Old Guard. And I just really love this one. I like their, full-size stuff. I do love Ray Laconico's designs. But this one spoke to me, and we'll get into why in a second. This is their ZDP-189. And what that is it's ZDP-189 wrapped in 420J steel. So this is, you can see the San Mai line right there, right? Their ZDP-189 is freaking fantastic. You chop your way through a brick with these things. I've got a couple of their knives in the ZDP-189. Now, the one thing you do need to be aware of is that ZDP-189 is not rust and stain resistant, so you got to treat it with a little bit of respect. But I love their stuff in this steel. I really do. And I can tell you from talking to them that when these are gone, they're gone. They're not doing any more ZDP-189 knives. It's either not being made in the same way by the folks over in Japan that they get it from, or anyway, something is going on. They're just not going to do it anymore. And so when I saw this one, and knowing what I know, I was like, yep, I'll add it to the collection. Let's talk about what you get in general. Here it is. This is the full-size Old Guard, right? You get a much smaller version of the same lovely drop point blade. You get the same basic shape, which is kind of a neutral handle shape that curves down, right, towards the palm. They are exceptionally comfortable in hand. This one is a little different, as you can see. It's a bolster lock, right, as opposed to the full frame lock. And, of course, it's carbon fiber, which is really nice, too. They are thumb stud deployed. Nice titanium backspacer, nice milled titanium clip. I'm actually, where is it? This is one of their Zerk pocket clips, and I have one of these coming for this as well, just because I really enjoy it. This is an excellent small knife. As you can see, my hand does fit. I come off a little bit at the end. Clearly, I'm much more of a full-size hand. But anyway, this is just it's not a fancy design, right? It's just a simple yet elegant, well-sorted and well-thought-out pocket knife shape. It doesn't require a lot of, you don't got to learn how to do a knife to use it. It's everything you want it to be. And in their ZDP-189, you could hammer this thing through a brick and still have an edge. You might screw up the softer, not quite as good steel that the San Mai is wrapped around, but boy, I'll tell you what, this thing will absolutely last forever. The edge is fantastic. As I said, this is a bolster lock, so it's bolstered with carbon fiber coming up to the edge of the bolster. The inside titanium is milled, so it's not super heavy. Let's take a look at what you get. You get just shy of 3 inches. We're talking 2 7/8 inches of cutting on just at 3 inches of that San Mai ZDP-189. The grip area is basically the length of the knife, right? But I tend to come back a little bit, so we'll start there. Right about there, we're talking about 3.5 inches, which, as I said, my pinky is right on the line. So this is a really nice smaller knife for me. Overall length from tip to tail, we're coming in at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches dead on. Closed length. Just, a hair over 4 inches. And of course, the in-the-pocket profile is fantastic because it's thumb stud deployed. It's relatively small. At its widest, we're talking about just over an inch. Let's see. I'm curious now. At its widest, we get that balanced. We're talking about an 1.9 inch. Yeah, just over an inch. It's an excellent design. The folks at Monterey Bay Knives, Sanford and Ray, are two of the nicest human beings I have ever met. They are an absolute pleasure to talk to. They know everything about knives. These guys have been in it for a long time. Ray's design aesthetic is just one of my all-time favorites. It's not that it's wild. It's not that it's complex. It's that it's just elegant and it always works, right? If you are looking for an excellent pocket knife that will not break the bank, that's the other thing I want to say. You can get a full custom from Ray, for less than, I think it's $500-600 maybe. In the world of customs, that is exceptionally good value. But you can get, Sanford Owen's coming out with his own designs. You can get an Owen design for right around $200. You can get, these intricate, sort of more complicated, these laser etched, MBKs for $265. You get so much knife for not an exorbitant amount of money that I'm just a fan. And I get it, right? I'm a fan. You can tell just by the way I talk about them. But you guys know I have a ton of pocket knives. I think between Women Carry Knives and we have most, if not all, of the MBK designs. And the reason we keep coming back to them, look, we know lots of knife designers and knife makers and stuff that are nice people. And we own one or two, maybe, of their knives because their stuff just doesn't speak to us. The MBK designs, the Laconico designs in particular, and now the Owen designs that are coming forward, speak to me in a way that a lot of stuff doesn't. If you are thinking about getting one, just do it. You will not be disappointed. I'll put a link to the Monterey Bay Knives website in the description. If you are looking for one of their knives in ZDP-189, you might want to get one now because they are going to become much harder to find as we progress. Let's go ahead and weigh this little guy out, see where we land. The mini Old Guard here weighs in at 3.6, the full size by way of example. Now, again, this one's a little simpler, but it's 3.7. So I'm guessing if you look at it, the scales are a little thicker on the mini to allow for the carbon fiber inlays. But, 3.6 ounces, 3.6 ounces. Not a lot of weight in your pocket for a really beautiful and really functional knife. You get, let's see, way back here at the thickest, you get 3.5 millimeters of that blade stock. And again, this is 420J stainless steel wrapped around the ZDP-189. That allows you some stainless and allows you to have that cutting edge just be that absolute monster steel. I have 1, 2, 3 of their knives in this ZDP-189, and I got to tell you, I am hunting. See, I use my stuff. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I'm hunting for more. I think that's what I'm going to do for a while, is hunt for the Monterey Bay Knives and ZDP-189. Anyway, if you guys want an excellent knife, not only just for the money, but because of the guys who designed it and the guys who put it together and the company behind it, you cannot go wrong with Monterey Bay Knives. This is the Mini Old Guard. They have a wide selection of other alternatives. If you're into customs, Ray Laconico's customs are reasonably priced and exceptionally well made. Check them out. Thank you very much for your time tonight. I appreciate you. Remember, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.